How can you be celebrating Abiola while Nnamdi Kanu is in detention? Bolaji Akinyemi said. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got to your earrings this morning. As our headline for this morning says here that how can you be celebrating Abiola while Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in detention? Says Bolaji Akinyemi. We have it that a reputable public affairs expert and proponent of good governance, Dr. Bolaji Akinyemi, recently discussed his opinion on the plan to rename Aso Rock Villa in Chief Moshood Abiola's honor. In a recent speech, Dr. Akinyemi, who also serves as the chairman of the board of trustees of Project Victory Call Initiative (PVC Nigeria) and the convener of the Apostolic Roundtable, discussed a number of national challenges. The Independent reported that Dr. Akinyemi expressed his disapproval of the proposed renaming, arguing that symbolic measures like this ignores Abiola's enormous efforts and accomplishments. He emphasized that the ideal that Abiola's administration undermines, such as free and fair election, the rule of law, and the preservation of human rights, are the foundation of Abiola's legacy. Renaming a building, in Dr. Akinyemi's opinion, cannot make up for the loss of fundamental democratic rights and principles. He also made a connection to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's present circumstances, raising concerns about the reasoning for celebrating Abiola while keeping Kanu in detention and disobeying his rights in the process. Kanu is still being held in custody in the defense of court orders to be released. According to Dr. Akinyemi, Abiola battled and finally died in defense of democratic principles, which are in conflict with the continued incarceration. In his words, whatever they want to name after Abiola can't make up for Abiola. What was lost in Abiola was a free and fair election, the rule of law, and human rights. And how can you say you are celebrating Abiola by naming the villa that held him down into incarceration till he died after him, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still languishing in jail again? What happened to his right to freedom after the court freed him? Are we waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man held against the constitution and his rights to justice, to die in a democracy before we do the right thing? What is democracy? And that is all he said concerning this headline this morning, which says here that how can you be celebrating Abiola while Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in detention? Says Bolaji Akinyemi. And yes, before we move on, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, don't forget to tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a like on this video to get more updates concerning this in the nearest future to come. Because this man, Bolaji Akinyemi, is telling the whole Federal Republic of Nigeria, saying that how can you be celebrating Abiola when Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in detention? Let's dive into this together, because this man being a reputable public affairs expert and proponent of good governance, who goes by the name Dr. Bolaji Akinyemi, he discussed his opinion on the plan by the federal government to rename Aso Rock Villa, like they are planning on renaming Aso Rock Villa in Chief Moshood Abiola's honor, to honor Chief Moshood Abiola. And he was like, no, that is a bad idea. You cannot rename the villa that kept him incarcerated until he died after him. That is one of the that was one of the things he said concerning this. Because Abiola died, he was fighting for justice, the rule of law, and fair election for the country. And he died while fighting. Yes, he died while fighting. And how can you be celebrating a man who died fighting for the freedom, the democracy of the country, the fighting for human rights, and a man who is being, and you are celebrating a man who was fighting for the democracy of the country, and a man who hasn't done anything in proving innocence, but the court or the federal government doesn't want to let him, they don't want to give him the freedom he deserves. Like, does that make any sense to you guys' earrings at all? Answer me, does that make any sense? Because in a recent speech, the man says that Dr. Akinyemi, who also serves as the chairman of the board of trustees, like he discussed the number of national challenges. The Independent said that he expressed his disapproval of the proposed renaming, arguing that symbolic measures like this ignores Abiola's enormous efforts. All these things that the government are doing, it is ignoring the efforts that Abiola did when fighting for the democracy of the country. When fighting for the democracy of the country. He said renaming a building of Dr. in Dr. Akinyemi's opinion. Renaming after all cannot make up for all the laws and the fundamental democratic rights and principles that happened when Abiola was fighting for the democracy of Nigeria. Cannot make up in any way. Cannot make up in any way. He also made we are celebrating Abiola and you are keeping Kanu in detention. And you are disobeying Kanu's right to the protest. And Abiola was fighting for the rights of Nigerians. And you are celebrating Abiola. Like, you don't even have respect for the person you are celebrating. That's not me. You are celebrating the person who was fighting for freedom, rights, and democracy for Nigeria. And you are here deriving somebody of his own right. You are disobeying and Kanu's right. Then what do you think you are? Like, what will you call yourself? What will you call yourself? Because Abiola was fighting for the democracy of Nigeria and he finally died in the face. Which are in conflict with the continued incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. It makes no sense when you are celebrating somebody who fought for the country and you are here disobeying the same thing that person was fighting for. The same thing that person was fighting for. Because whatever, in his words, what this man said, whatever they want to name after Abiola cannot make up for Abiola. Yes, it will never make up for Abiola. What was lost in Abiola's time was a free and fair election, the rule of law and human rights. And this man was fighting to get it. And now we've gotten it. We can see democracy now in Nigeria. And now these two governors are going against it. Then how can you say you are celebrating Abiola by naming Aso Rock that held him in incarceration until he died after him? Why that person is still in that same incarceration? Then what happened to his right to freedom? After the court freed him, what happened to Nnamdi Kanu's right to freedom? What is a democracy? The government of Nigeria needs to be reminded that Nigeria is a democratic country. Or what do you guys think? Let me see your comment below in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap that subscribe button here, the big red one, and the notification bell, so that anytime I have any new video concerning this, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you all for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.